I think it was about a month ago that I already started seeing YouTubers make videos, how to print on demand in 2025, how to sell digital downloads in 2025, how to make money in 2025. And I haven't done that. Instead of making this video, which is how to plan for 2025, because I feel like a lot of the things relating to making money with print on demand, digital downloads, affiliate marketing, content creation, they all have this hierarchy of how to get things done in common. And that's kind of the drift where I'm going with this channel, the macro versus the micro. And I guess I'll be starting that with the last video of 2024, which is how to plan for 2025. That is so far the title. I have some notes written here. No computer script, just notes on a notebook this time. And in this video, I'm going to cover how to plan for 2025. This is something that I'm personally doing. I'm going to talk about my main goals for 2025. There is also going to be a Q&A section because I posted this Google form for you guys to ask questions and also repeat questions in the comments. And I hope I'll be able to film this in the next 30 minutes because in 30 minutes, the sun goes up and then my entire lighting changes. Fun fact, being a creator, you need to adapt to the sun, which in the winter, in the mountains, in a ski resort, it's a bit of a bummer. I'm using a new camera and I don't even know if I need to look here or here. I forgot. So if I'm not looking directly to the camera, forgive me. I just don't remember where am I supposed to look? Am I supposed to look at the blinking red light? At least I know it's filming. Okay, I'm going to start with how to plan for 2025, and I wrote like 3 steps in my little notebook. The first one is to reflect on 2024. So what made you the most amount of money? I feel like that is like the top question, and that is also based on what you're doing. So let's say you're selling print on demand on a marketplace like Redbubble or TeePublic or whatever. What was the item that sold the most? Did you sell the most t-shirts? Did you sell the most stickers? Or what was the niche that made you the most amount of money if you're making designs for several niches? Because I feel like that is an important step to take things forward. Now, if you're a content creator on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, what was the video that got the most views or made you the most amount of money? If you do have one shop and it is a niche shop, so you can't really see what niche made you the most amount of money and the products are kind of all over the place, maybe write down what didn't make you money or what social platform got you the most amount of traffic, because it is important to understand where are we getting views from. Do people like this specific blog post? Do people like to buy this specific t-shirt? And reflect on that, literally make a list. I am doing all of my reflections and journaling on a piece of paper with a pen, and that is like my most recommended approach. But of course, you can, I don't know, pop it up on an Excel sheet or like any kind of online spreadsheet with Google Drive and do that there. The next reflection, I don't know, journaling prompt that I can think of is what tool or app or activity was your biggest waste? And to that, I would say, like, for example, if you paid for a tool like $200 a year and you haven't used it at all, that would be a waste. Unless you're planning to using it next year and you just never got to do it or to try it. Or if you've spent, and I think that a lot of people who are starting with print on demand or digital downloads or selling on Etsy, if you spent 10, 20 hours a week working on a shop that eventually made you $10 a month, then that would be your biggest waster, that shop. I'm not saying that it's a complete waste of time, because if you are just getting started and you spent that time learning and becoming better, then yeah, it was educational time. But try to look at the numbers, what tool or app didn't make you money, or what thing you did that was the biggest waste of time. And I will take a little bit bracket from that, because if I have to think about it, you can have the most amazing design tool and create the most amazing designs and they won't sell. And the problem with that wasn't the tool or the time spent, maybe the time spent, the problem was not doing marketing. So also think about that. And also, if we're looking at this time waste, I would say look into your marketing methods, because let's say you had a blog and for the last year or 6 months or 8 months, you've been using Pinterest and also Instagram, and you get 0 traffic and engagement on Instagram and you get all of your traffic from Pinterest, then Instagram was the big time waster. You can still choose to do the time waster things or the money waster things, as long as you're aware that you're doing it, and as long as you're aware that they're not currently providing you with any kind of, let's call it, dollar reason. It's 6:30 in the morning. Forgive me. Another thing to reflect on is, what did you learn? And with what did you learn, I know it's like a broad thing and I'm not going to detail on that so much, but I would like you to think about the things that you physically learned, like the technical things. I learned how to write a blog post, or I learned how to create a Pinterest pin, or I learned how to design a t-shirt that I like. But also think about the negative things that you learned or the things that you unlearned. For example, a lot of people unlearn that print on demand is the easiest way to make money. A lot of people unlearn that SEO is just like poof, traffic. So everything that you unlearned this year goes into what did you learn? The last thing on my list of reflecting on 2024 is what went wrong and also what went better than you expected. For example, if you had this like weird design that you uploaded and all of a sudden, poof, everybody's buying it, or you just wrote some kind of dumb blog post and put one pin in it and forgot about it, and all of a sudden this one is getting the most amount of traffic, or what went wrong, like you were trying to do something and you thought that the outcome would be better. And in that case, when things go wrong, is it because I did it wrong or is it because my expectations were wrong? Because if I'm uploading a design to a platform or if I'm creating, let's drop the design stuff. Let's go with Etsy printables. If I'm uploading a printable to Etsy and it's not selling as I thought it would and it went wrong, is it because the printable is not good? Is it because the marketing was not good? Or is it because my expectations for this to be selling were not aligned with reality, and this is something that I need to unlearn? A little bit of a side note on this first part of the reflection. If you guys want to pop in the comments and write to me like your reflections on 2024, that would be really cool, whether you want to share it with me, with other viewers of this channel, or if you're kind of just putting it out there for yourself instead of writing about it in a journal. Step number 2 for planning for 2025 is to get organized. And I would say something, computer files. I feel like I'm getting much better at organizing my own computer files because I try to tag all of them. So for example, a thumbnail for a YouTube video would be called, let's say the video is about Redbubble fails. So it will be called RB fails YouTube MA banner thumbnail. So I can like always like check in the tags or the keywords to find that source. The same thing I would do, for example, with one of my kawaii designs. So it would be like kawaii frog bundle Maytribe, something like that. I would literally name all the files based on something that I can search on my computer. But yeah, organizing your computer files, organizing your Canva files. I have not organized my Canva like ever. I wanted to do that last year, but I kind of sort of started it, but I forgot. So I'm dying to see what's in there. Procreate folders. I am really looking forward to the day that Procreate adds this like search thing so I can search something. But yeah, really organize these files because it will help you work better in 2025. And while organizing these files, you might also find that you kind of have other stuff to upload. It actually happened to me a few months ago. I was looking into Canva and I don't remember why I was like scrolling down and I was like, oh, dip. I have this printable. Maybe I can reuse it for something else. Like I made it 4 years ago, but maybe now I can repurpose it and use it for something else. Same with like really old designs that I've done for a specific platform and they're kind of like stuck there, but now on a different platform. These designs can actually be kind of cool, even when it comes to, for example, Misha's new fourth wall store. So I had a few designs that I made for my stores when it comes to coding jokes. And some of them I posted on TeePublic, some of them I didn't. I can definitely put them in his store because it's the same topic. So really go over your files. And for that, if you want to know, there is the grandma method. If you've watched my change video, then you must have heard about my amazing grandma who taught me how to clean my room when I was a kid. And basically, the way to clean your room was to take everything out of the room and then put it back in when it's organized. I'm not going to say much about this. There will be a link at the end of this video and also probably in the description to the video called Change. I think I was talking about that in that video. And what I will say is this. Ta-da-da! See this little puppy? I actually have a smaller one. Wait, I'll go get it. It's pretty epic. I cannot believe that this little gizmo is like 1 tera compared to this. This is so tiny. So anyway, what I found to be the most useful of doing is to just plug this in, connect this to my laptop, dump everything here, and then either delete it or bring it back organized. That's the best thing that works for me. I don't know if it's going to work for you. If it doesn't, don't do it. But that is the technical equivalent as an adult for the grandma method. And if my grandma's somehow watching this video, thank you, Grams. Love you. The next way to get organized is obviously with your planner or whatever, whether you want to organize your year and write your chores on some kind of printable weekly planner or monthly planner, or you want to have a physical planner for 2025. Yes, this is a Harry Potter planner. It's also inside Harry Potter, or this one that I'm going to be probably working with more this year. I'm actually doing like all the planning pages here myself, going back to like, I don't know if I can show it to you with the lights coming in. Going back to my bullet journaling days. And I also have this from Amazon. It's a monthly feed. So I can like put the days and everything here. Like I can put like video ideas or things that I need to do, kind of like in a monthly view, and it's kind of like all over your table. And if you think I'm doing any of this for affiliate links, then just, I'm not affiliated by Amazon. If anybody wants to search for these things, let me know. I'll comment back. It's not because I'm making money from them. It's just because I think they're really good for organizing. But yeah, that's my method. Physical planners all the way. Stationery, paperwork, paper, pen. That's my method. It's always been like this. You can also go for something like Notion or organize yourself in a spreadsheet, but definitely organizing your tasks, organizing your day-to-day life is crucial for actually making money. That's my opinion, at least. A few things that I think you should have in your planner or in your Notion or in your spreadsheet or on a note on the fridge are these: a list of tools and subscriptions. When do you have to renew them? When are they expiring? How much it's going to cost you? Whether it's because you don't want to lose a subscription or something like that, like a domain that is not automatically renewing, or because you don't want the automatic renew of something kind of like sneaking up on you, and like all of a sudden it's like, oh, where did $200 went for my PayPal? Oh, it went for the subscription that I should have known that I'm going to be renewing. Another thing that I always add to my planner is a place for my income and expenses. I do like to do it by hand, like literally write them down, and I feel like it gives me this bird's eye view on my income and expenses. Obviously, everything is also documented online with receipts and invoices to send it to my accountant, but I also do this by hand on my notebook. I also like to add a page to compare January 1st with December 31st. Let's say you just open a new Instagram, it's January 1st in a few days. You write down the number of followers you had, or the number of posts, or the number of sales you had from a store, the statistics that you have for each venue in your life. And then on the 31st, you're going to compare that to. You can also put in like another column in the middle to compare it to the middle of the year if you want to, but that is something that I always do. And I always do the current me versus future me, which is some kind of like a journaling session where I usually draw it. It's about how you see yourself now and how you want to see yourself in like the next year. And I feel like for me, this has been like the hardest year for me to do it, because right now I'm like super transitioning. So I don't really see myself as anything right now. I just see myself like, maybe I should just do like a blank page. That would be like more accurate. Moving on to step number 3 of how to plan for 2025, and that is the actual planning. I know it's confusing. We had a planner in the previous one, but this is the actual planning. And for this, I wrote setting goals, 1, creative goals. So setting up a goal to sell more, I feel like sometimes is a bit off. If I was doing, for example, paid campaigns, I would say I would want to pay less per item sold. Like I would want to increase my revenue. I would want to be better than myself. But I don't think I would ever set a goal like sell 100. Maybe it's like some kind of bucket list or a desire, but I would never set it as a goal, because this is something that I can't control. And if you want to set good goals for yourself, always set the goals that you can control. So creative goals. This year, I want to create 100 designs, or this year, I want to get better at a certain tool, or this year, I want to get better at designing a certain product, or this year, I want to get better at building websites. This year, I want my website to look perfect. This year, I want to get better at making short form content. Whatever your creative goals are, write them in your planner or Notion. The second one is educational goals. I feel like we kind of touch upon that when it comes to like creating like better content. But for example, for me, one of my biggest educational goals for this year is to learn Spanish. It has nothing to do with this business, but it's a decision I wanted to make. I spoke Ladino as a child, which is the Jewish dialect of Spanish, and I forgot most of it. I do understand a lot of Spanish, but I get stuck with it, and it kind of bothered me that there is like half language that I sort of 25% understand and not sure how to speak in. So this year I'm learning Spanish. But I also have other educational goals, for example, to learn how to use this little gizmo that I'm filming with. I want to get better at content creating short form for a different project that I'm working on. And you get my drift. I'm kind of like drifting into my own goals. But yeah, set educational goals for yourself. I feel like also setting educational goals can prevent you, I guess, from binge watching too much unnecessary content on YouTube. Because if your goal for this year or for January is to learn how to use Pinterest, you watch videos about Pinterest, and if another video comes up, you're like, you're not in my educational goals. I don't have time for you. I also wrote vibe goals, and I feel like it's kind of hippie, but maybe like, how do I want to feel about my business? How do I want to show up in my business? How do I want to feel doing the tasks of the business? And I think I mentioned it in one of the videos that talk about like how to make money from a niche or something like that. Making money from a hobby. I think it was that video. When you make money from a hobby, let's say your hobby is gardening and you have a YouTube channel about gardening, 90% of your actions toward making money from gardening have nothing to do with gardening. So really think about your vibe goals. How do you want to feel in this business? How are you feeling towards certain tasks that you need to do in your business, whether you want to have these tasks automated or done by AI, or you want to hire someone for these tasks, or you just want to find a business that doesn't include these specific tasks at all. In that sense of creating vibe goals, or let's call it monthly themes or yearly theme, or how I want to feel, I would also put in something called a week in a life. This could be a week in a life, a day in a life, a month in a life, depending on your schedule in life. But I feel like the week thing mostly works for most people, especially, if you have a day job or some kind of responsibilities like kids or chronic condition or parents you're looking after or charity you're volunteering in. So a week in a life is kind of like put in like a weekly planner, even just print something from Canva, like a template, and write down what are you supposed to be doing every day. For example, for some of you, it could be like, oh, every Tuesday at 3 p.m., you have to take your kids swimming for 2 hours. And in those 2 hours, there's a cafeteria, so you can take your laptop with you. So every Tuesday, you have an hour and a half of doing design work while your kids are in swimming lessons. Or this is your work schedule. You work 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Just put in, when am I doing what? I tried doing that. It didn't really work for me on a weekly level yet, but I was also really putting a load on myself. So hopefully in 2025, that will actually work for me, because I find it to be really, really cool that I don't like I don't like the daily routine. I prefer like a weekly or monthly routine of things that I'm doing. Another thing that I think you should plan for is holidays, dates. Make a content calendar in some cases. For example, if you already know that there's going to be like hashtag Dogs Day and that's your niche, or Skateboarding Day, or whatever that niche is, I really recommend checking like days and holidays or national days or stuff like that if you're in the US, but also like for holidays. So you can either create a very extensive content plan, and in that case, you'll be like, oh, on the 15th of April, I'm posting on Instagram, la 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 la. Or you can make something more general. For example, if Easter is in the middle of April, I don't know when Easter is this year, so you write at the end of January to start making Easter merch, and at the beginning of February, market your Easter merch, something like that. If you don't want to work based on calendars, if you're working on things that are evergreen and you don't want to work like that, you can do something like content pillars, like the things that I really want to achieve this year or do this year. For example, certain designs you want to do per niche, certain products you want to launch this year, certain blog posts you want to write. I even made a video literally listing like the videos that I want to create this year. So that was kind of fitting into those goals. And then with all that in mind, ask yourself, how can I work smarter and not harder? And yeah, AI can help us with a lot of these things. However, I feel like, especially AI art for someone who is like more of an illustrative artist, AI art sometimes feels like, yeah, it can do everything for me, but it's just boring. I mean, it's pretty, but I'm not going to get excited selling something that I made using AI. I am going to get excited selling something that I made with Procreate by myself. So I don't want to automate that one that much. I kind of started it with a different project, not for products, but for the content on Instagram. There were videos on how to create like Instagram posts using AI. I would leave links to those down below, Instagram and Pinterest and all that. But I kind of feel like I prefer to do these tasks myself. It's why I've never gotten like a video editor and I edit all my own videos, because I kind of like video editing. I'm masochistic, I know, but I kind of like video editing. So try to automate the things that you don't like doing, or externalize, hire someone for the things you don't like doing. Just make sure that you're not automating the things that you do like. doing, because otherwise you're just going to feel like a machine in your business. And in my opinion, that sucks. Okay, these were my 3 big things on how to plan for 2025. I will move into my main goals and then a short Q&A. But before I do that, I would like to mention the sale that's been going on maytribe.com. For those of you who don't know, I am closing maytribe.com. I made a video about this called Change. That is also the name of the coupon code for 50% off for all commercial use assets. There's a bunch of graphics there, Procreate brushes, backgrounds, patterns, and all that jazz. And it's 50% off with coupon code Change. I did mention that I'm going to close this store around Christmas. And I've had a lot of people DMing me that they are getting paid after Christmas. So the store is going to be left open with a coupon code until December 31st. And if you go into the store on January 1st, there will probably be a link to the new store there and to the new website there before I'm coming back to the channel, because I'm taking a much bigger break. With my goals, I want to, it sounds really weird and corny and hippie, I know, but I want to lead my business, this one, and my creative businesses, listening to my human design and to my faith. There is going to be a series about how to, I don't know, do online business or make money online based on your human design. And I actually have been working with people on that in private, not for money, for fun. And I'm thinking also to combine something relating to my faith, because I feel like there are a lot of things that I do because of my faith, like give 10% for charity or take 1 day a week to not work and stuff like that, that are really important and can be used by anyone, even someone who has no religion or like atheist or believes in whatever you guys want to believe in. I'm thinking how to make that video without insulting anyone. But yeah, I want to lead with my faith first and my human design in 2025. I want to have no timing pressure. I don't want to like put pressure on myself to make a Christmas playlist and to make this and to make that. I want to just make my video list, and the only timing effect would be what video needs to come after another, because if one video is like, oh, this is built on the information in the previous one, then I'll need to have it first. But I want to have less stress. Hopefully no burnouts this year. Haha. I want to stop making scripts on my laptop and making my scripts like this, because I feel like I like doing the bullet points, even if it gets me less people. My videos are not like this amazing production, but I feel like I just like talking to you guys, and I kind of lost it. I lost that part of me when I was trying to script too much, or obviously if I'm doing like tutorials and stuff, but I want to script less and just openly talk more. If you like it, please let me know in the comments or like this video if you like this kind of style. And if you don't, then tough noogies. It's my channel. It's called Me Arroyo. This is what I'm going to do. And it's a free country. You can choose to not watch my videos. I keep getting these comments and it's like busting my brain. It's like, I can't believe I just spent 53 minutes wasting my time on this dumb video. And I'm like, first of all, the video is 24 minutes. Did you watch it like twice? And second of all, you can just click out of the video. It's a free country. You don't have to watch. And then the person replies, you're so rude. It's not rude. If you don't like my videos, don't watch them. I'm sorry, it's really early in the morning and I've only had 1 cup of coffee. If I'm talking about like design goals, regardless of this channel, I want to use TeePublic for random niches that, you know, sometimes you get like an idea to design something, but I'm not going to make a full niche from it. There's not going to be a blog about it. I'm probably not going to promote it on Pinterest. I'm going to dump it on TeePublic. That's what I'm going to use it for. My entire Redbubble store is changing to be based on a different topic that completes a topic of my main niche. I know, vague, I know, but there's a lot of you who actually found that niche already, digging around. I have to give you credit for that. And I do want to continue uploading patterns to Spoonflower. I just think I'm going to do it like sporadically and not like with a much bigger plan, because the most thing that I'm going to do relates to a new project. And in that project, I will have print on demand. I will have content that I want to get monetized, and I will have like affiliate links, and I will have digital downloads. It's kind of like a main niche project for a different niche. I wrote, do not plan to travel, because I planned to travel this year and it didn't work out for many, many reasons. And I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to use this term because I feel like this is a dumb term from like online, but if you've ever like seen like soft girl era, because we've all been like boss babes all the time. Sorry for the guys who are watching this. I'm like, what? But I feel like I kind of want to slow down. And financially, I'm super blessed to be able to not work as much this year. For those of you who don't know, I have disability pension, and technically I can like not work, which is, I guess, one of the reasons why I'm able to like make this channel and make this content. And yeah, I do want to make some money from it, but I'm not like taking sponsorships and stuff like that. I do feel like financially blessed enough to get by. I'm not like rich or anything fancy, but if I want to travel, this will obviously cost a lot more, especially, you know, because if I travel, it's just taxis everywhere. I cannot like take a bus or something like that. So everything becomes a lot more expensive. I don't think I want to travel this year. If something happens, I don't know, sometimes like Misha's here and we can hop on the van and go somewhere close. That's cool. But I'm not going to plan on traveling this year because I think I prioritize literally taking a walk downstairs in nature and having like 3 hours of like reading in the middle of the day just for fun or learning Spanish or going to parties or going out with friends. I prioritize that more in my life now than the grind of working and trying to travel with it, I guess, if that makes sense. I want to lean into the companies that I want to work with. And I think I mentioned it in the video that I've done on Printify at the end, thanking Repper, Hostinger, Fourth Wall, and Printful for an amazing year of collaborations. And these are the main companies that I feel like I'm taking with me into 2025. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to use any other tools. I'm going to probably use Canva. I'm going to show a lot of different tools, ChatGPT. But these are like the companies that I'm working with more closely, and I want to find a way to combine them in the videos, not in the form of like making a sponsored by video, but more like creating contests with these companies because I love doing contests for this community. Most of the contests are managed through the Facebook group because it's just easier to track people there. And by the way, if you're watching this video and didn't know, we have a Facebook group linked down below and also a newsletter. So you never miss out on an announcement of a contest. Perhaps I'll bring back also like personal contests that I had in the beginning of the channel. For those of you who have been watching this channel for like 3 years, oh my God, 4 years. Do you remember that I used to do like this bundle box and people can win it by having some kind of contest? Let me know if that is something that you would like to see. I can't believe it's been almost 4 years. It's nuts. One thing I will say is that there will be a surprise with Hostinger, a really interesting collaboration that we actually started working on this last year, but it hasn't come to fruition yet. So there will be a surprise with Hostinger, more than the usual 10% off coupon code. Something relating to you being able to create a website that I designed on their platform. The next thing that I plan on doing is to change the way that my Substack works. Substack is the free newsletter that I'm doing. Yes, there will be a video about Substack, but also I feel like it's kind of been now, and it still is probably today. Hey, look, there's a new video. But I want to make it more of a weekly thing. Perhaps like every Monday, there will be like a news burst, or like there will be like a newsletter every Monday covering things happening in the industry. And I feel like that's what I want to be doing more. Moving on to the last part of this video, which is the Q&A. I've had so many people asking me after the change video if I'm leaving print on demand or if this channel is not going to be on print on demand anymore. And the answer is yes and no. I will be mentioning print on demand here, of course, but I will be talking about more of the business aspect, I guess, or the logic aspect of this. And there will be, I think, product reviews. Obviously, I have a video that I want to make with, I think, 200 Printful products that I have in my apartment and do like reviews on those. But print on demand for print on demand's sakes, like how to design a specific t-shirt for a specific niche and upload it to Redbubble, probably there will be no tutorials about that. Am I leaving print on demand? No. I love print on demand. Well, I hate print on demand. There will be a video about that. I kind of hate what it had become now, but no, I'm not leaving it. Print on demand is like the main pillar of my new project as well. So no. People asked about response from Printify for the video that I made about testing them out. So for those of you who don't know, I made a video testing out Printify, but I was also covering some conversations that I had with other YouTubers and showing you guys, for those of you who don't know, the practices of some companies in our field relating to how much they pay YouTubers and the fact that they pay YouTubers to lie sometimes. And no one from Printify at the time of recording this video has contacted me. My main point of contact, David, has not contacted me on any of the bad prints or anything like that. But when I went to my Printify account, I think it was this morning, I went into my Printify account to just like, I think it was like to check something because I still didn't get the reprint of one of the products, which is insane. They refunded me the rest of the money for the order without telling me. Like, no one from Printify got in touch with me, and it hasn't been, like, it goes into your account on Printify, not to your credit card or to your PayPal. So I actually haven't seen it. And I'm like, oh, wow. They refunded me, and I got, like, no emails on that from anyone, no automatic emails. So far, no response. A friend of mine was like, "Yeah, I don't think they will respond. What are they supposed to respond?" Everything was my opinion, and factually true. What are they going to respond? We're sorry for messing up every single time. So no, there was no response from them. And so far, people ask me if I'm fired from working with Printful. You have to be hired to be fired. So no, I'm not fired because they never paid me. And for the people who commented that they think it's a shame that Printful don't pay me, it's my decision. It's not that they didn't offer money. It's that I chose like a blank thing. I'm not getting paid. I chose to work with them based on my own relationship with them because I love working with them. And it's kind of lonely being on this side of the camera. And I feel like people on Printful and Repper and Fourth Wall and Hostinger are kind of like my colleagues, and I prefer to keep it that way than my employers. Will I be selling commercial use graphics this year? I don't know to what extent. Definitely not the way it is right now on Maytribe.com. There's loads of commercial use graphics there. Also freebies, by the way. I didn't mention that. Also freebies. I don't know the format that it's going to be on the new store. I'm probably going to have Procreate assets on the new store, but perhaps they will be bundled up differently. I will say yes, I will be selling commercial use graphics or commercial use assets this year. I'm just not sure in what format. In June 2023, you said that you're leaving, or you think you're leaving, on the 1st of January 2024. Why did you stay? Is it worth it with all the burnouts? I got multiple questions on that. There was this video where I was like setting up my set in my apartment, and I was basically saying that I think that I would be leaving in the 1st of January 2024. That was my mindset. I burned out so many times in this channel, and I'm trying. I feel like I didn't want to leave because I love this community and I love what we created, especially on Facebook. I feel like our community on Facebook is just amazing. Now that we got the chat back, it's even better. And I genuinely have personal connections with loads of viewers. Like, I don't know if you guys know that, but I don't think that there is a week in which I don't speak to at least 3-4 viewers, like in video chats or phone calls. And not for money, for fun. Who's this weird chick on YouTube that talks to her viewers for fun? I chose to stay because of the community, and I feel like also I love talking about these things and I like growing. And honestly, every single time that I thought about leaving, I was like, oh, but I'm not going to be talking to my Hostinger contact or the Repper guys or Printful, like my contact in Printful. Like I cannot say who's my favorite without insulting anyone. You're all my favorite. I love all of you. But yeah, I think I kind of stayed for that. And no, it's not worth it with all the burnout. Not financially. No, it's not worth it. Especially when I literally don't have to work anymore. But I'm changing. And if I'm going to burn out 5 times in 2025, this channel will be closed. I'm done. Like, no, mental health is better. I had a lot of people referring to me talking about changing the content in the change video. I said in that video that I do think my views are going to drop with this new content. So a lot of people are like, oh, so why are you changing it? You're halfway through the play button. Okay, I'll try to get this out of the way. I don't care about the play button. I don't care how much subscribers I have. And it's because I don't care about money, and also because it has nothing to do with money. There could be a channel 4 times my size with 200,000 subscribers, and they would make less money than me. Also, there could be channels half my size that make more money than me. It has nothing to do with the amount of subscribers. It has everything to do with the amount of views, with the niche you're in, with the affiliate links that you have, with the products that you're selling. If you're selling a course for some reason, or if you're selling your soul by sponsoring videos with companies you don't like just for the money, because sometimes that money, and again, I mentioned it in a Printify video, that money can be insane. Like, you can literally make a video and make like $12,000, $15,000, or $50,000 per video. So monetary value, I guess, from this channel was never a thing, so I don't really care. I feel like I'm changing my content. It's not just that it's gonna be like less people watching, but if I like hop on my computer right now and just do like a dumb ideogram tutorial, so many people are gonna watch it, and it will take zero energy for me, like to, hey, what's up? It will take zero research. And I could produce like, I don't know, I can produce like 6 of those a day, including editing. I'm that fast. And it will make me loads of money and it will get loads of views. But at the end of the day, I'll feel like a machine. I mean, I'm not dumping on the other people who do it. I know like Philip does a lot of videos about AI, but you can really see that he likes doing these videos. Like, he really likes doing them. And good on him. If this is what you like, this is what you do. But I don't like making those design tutorial videos. I like to do the business hire, like the macro videos. Again, not dumping on anyone. I'm not saying that other people are just doing it for the money. I'm just saying that, like, I'm seeing what Juna, for example, is doing. He's doing so many design tutorials. I would go nuts. I would go nuts if every tutorial I do is a design tutorial, but he's a designer. That's his thing. I spent most of my online career doing affiliate marketing, doing blogging, coming from the website building world, and also diversifying my own assets. So I feel like that's more my thing. So if less people are going to watch it, their problem, I don't know. I mean, as long as my videos will help like 2-3 people, I'm good with that. I really don't care. I got a question that kind of relates to what I said in the beginning, that everyone else that I've seen has already made videos, how to print on demand in 2025, how to digital downloads in 25. Why didn't you? So I don't want to make a video on how to sell print on demand in 2025. I want to make a video on understanding the logic of selling merch in general, consumerism psychology, how to sell digital downloads in 2025. Maybe make a list of what is like the options. But these options are evergreen. You can sell them always. I don't want to make a video that will be true for the beginning of 2025. I want to make a video that will help people who are just starting out understand business logic and create an actual project that lasts for more than the trending keywords of 2025. That's a bit more my thing this year. Is your latest hair color your natural hair color? First of all, this is a dye. You don't go from like blue blonde hair to your natural hair color by wishing it, so you have to dye on it. And then I also dyed, I think, like 3 times already. I think the last one was a few days ago to some kind of like chocolate coffee something. The color was, I think, chocolate brown or coffee brown. And there are several reasons why I'm doing it. One, the minute that the dye washes off, you can still see the blonde underneath. And 2, the colors that I'm using right now are extreme oil treatment colors. For those of you who don't know, you can actually have coloring products for your hair that are good for your hair and your hair recovery. I plan to grow my hair long this year. Hopefully it will be long again. And with that, it will also be curly again. My natural hair is curly. This is not. And as for, is this my natural hair color? I don't remember. It's kind of close to it. My natural hair is like starting off very black, and then the minute I go out to the sun, it's just blonde from the sun. Hopefully towards the end of the year, I will have my actual hair color, because now I keep needing to dye it because it's different under, and also I'm still in the process of the treatment of dyeing it. Someone asked, why do I want to move my business to Bulgaria, and also why not? Like, there were several questions about that from people who are watching previous videos of mine. It will be easier for me to work with, for example, Stripe or Amazon if my business will be in Bulgaria, but I will also be paying more taxes. Not because Bulgaria is a country where you pay more taxes, but because in my country right now, I'm also declared as disabled, so that gives me tax points. It's a very long story. I will probably make a video about that later on in the year. I don't want to go into too much details. Also, I haven't decided yet. So, do you ever think about moving back to the US? I, believe it or not, got this question 3 times from 3 different people. And I have to say this, no, I never think about moving back to the US, mostly because I've never been in the US and I am not American. With that weird question, that was it for me for today. I don't know if I want to put behind the scenes after this video, but I will tell you this again. I wanted to make this video in a different format in the beginning of December and then take December off. I have so many things to do. I'm planning the Christmas party here in 2 days and the New Year's party, and I'm tired and I want to go back to work, and I want to go back to sleep. No, I need to edit this video, and I also want coffee. Okay, I need to finish this video. I wanted to be back on this channel on the 1st of January. Yeah, new year, new website, new shop, new everything. Ways to make money online, the database, the roadmap. I hope I'll get it done. But I don't think I'll be back on the 1st of January. I think it's going to take a little bit more time. Maybe on the 7th of January when I'm 4 years on YouTube. That will be cool. I will say this. I'm closing matribe.com with a coupon code CHANGE and 50% off, and I'm delaying this because you asked until the 31st of December. And if you go to matribe.com on the 1st of January, the store is still going to be there. Like, there's just not going to be any products. The website is still going to be there because it's going to take me time to transition the links, but there will be a link there to my new website, which will have written content on how to do cool stuff and also the new shop. And I'll probably also announce it in a newsletter over on Substack. That's the link to that one is down below. That's the free newsletter. And on the Facebook community. I'm still staying with you guys on the Facebook community, even if I'm not filming. And yeah, I don't have a way to finish this video. That's what happens when you don't have a script. So with that being said, that was it for me for today for this year. Okay, wait, let me go over in my head how I finish videos and okay. But with that being said, that was it for me for this year. Thank you so much for watching this video or any video that I made in this year. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, subscribing to the newsletter, being a member of our Facebook community. You guys rock. And thank you for watching this video, this specific video on how to plan for 2025. I hope you learned something new or were at least entertained. And as usual, see you guys in my next video. Bye! I'm like trying to adapt this. This is so weird, trying to film like this. No! No. It's gonna be really funny if I'm gonna start the year breaking my Sony. Shite. When I say really funny, I mean not funny at all. Let's see. That works better. I can't express just how much it's like hot and cold here at the same time. And it's the new camera, so I have to get really close if I want to like see myself. And I had to turn on the AC because it's making a lot of noise and it's -4. I think it was about a month ago. No! Be a good boy. That thing is weird. I am definitely going to need water for this. I tried not to need water for this video because I have lipstick on, but fine. I also can't see if my lipstick is fine in this camera. This camera is so weird. I feel like my Sony kind of like smooths my face a little bit more. I'm guessing there will be like a behind the scenes footage after this video. The last thing that I think you should reflect on in 2024, what is wrong with my voice? I just woke up like half a voice. I don't know why. I'm never going to finish before the sunrise. Shit. No, I spilled water on myself and on my notebook. No! It smeared all my script. My precious. I have like water on my lips. This is so weird filming with this camera, but I'm digging it. It's super small and it's like literally sitting on my desk. I should maybe take a selfie with it. Never mind. Okay.